Tena na hizo ukifanya utajua kaindi nilitenda makosa. But in the reconciliation of the things of God by God through Christ, that He has brought us to the level of walking with Him as saints. But many times we forget the position of sainthood. That He has brought us to the grace of His excellence. But many times children of God live the life of faith, or high, like it doesn't matter, like so be it. Like nothing is serious. We serve God like it really doesn't matter. Yet He has brought us to the level of presenting the victory of His Son Jesus Christ to the world. Children of God, forget. That is the level that God wants to help us get to. That when we come to the house of faith, we remember that He wants to present us holy, blameless, and above reproach in His sight. Idoluo owacho ni okelowa e nyime ka waler, waonge mbala kendo waonge ketho. That is where He wants to position His children. We must acknowledge that the death of Christ was to make us, to take us to that level. And so as we go through this week, as we go through the journey of life, especially in this week, inyalo rango chien, tinyalo cast your eyes mbele. En yo mane ma asewuothogo ma ka Nyasaye oketa e nyim to kone ka ler. Oneno ka ok awuotho e yore the way He expects me to walk. Oneno ka an gi mbala, especially in the journey of faith. Oneno ka an gi mbala, oneno ka an gi to. Rise up and walk. But every time He tells you to rise up and walk, you remember, Lord, how can I walk when I have this baggage on my shoulder? It is an indication of His children forgetting His declaration that He is no longer fighting the battle to win, but He has already conquered. And as saints, as children of God today, especially if you're born again, we need to get to the realization that God desires to present us before Him as holy, blameless, and above reproach. So if there is any subject that somebody would biro to kete kogno, that somebody would look at and say, Jacqueline, because of this, haujafanya vyema, He wants to help me. He wants to help you deal with it. If men look at the household of faith, the people of God, and say, why are you a child of God and you can still walk in this manner? It shall not be mentioned among the saints. That is the level where God desires to take us. Above reproach in His sight. That if there is anything people would say that the children of God are walking without, we will remember His declaration. This is the great fight of faith. Fighting the good fight of faith. Bringing down every thought that wants to exalt itself above the knowledge of Christ and the goodness of Christ, the victory that Christ has already delivered to us as His children. That we may be above reproach. And so, the purpose for this season is to stir us up to be in faith. If indeed you continue in the faith, grounded and steadfast, and are not moved away from the hope of the gospel which you had. When you first believed, what is it that stirred you up? What is it that could make you not to sit back, sit down? When we say we have a mission somewhere, your name is the first on the list. When we are called out, we are going for praise and worship, we are going to practice for Sunday, you are the first one to be there. When people are coming to church, you are always available, not just to sit and watch, not just as an observer, but as a partaker of the things of the kingdom. What is it that got you grounded and steadfast in your first love? And today when you look at your personal life,